Well, welcome. I'm Dr. Bethtina Williams, and I'm here with my husband, Dr. Stanley Williams, and our special guest today, Shawner Clark. We are getting ready to have an incredible time of sharing and impartation along with a Q&A for you at the end. So we want to encourage everybody to come on board. We're going to give you a few minutes for everybody to begin to join us in this live stream. This is an empowerment, life empowerment session just for you, designed to empower you with knowledge, with tools and information to help you to be prepared for your future, for your family in a very beneficial and wholesome way. So we want to encourage everybody as you're beginning to join us to reach out to your friends, reach out to your loved ones, everybody that you care about, and invite them in with you, because I guarantee you, you will be better than you were before you started watching. You will be increased more and more through the knowledge and the information that we'll be sharing. So I want to just take a moment and allow everybody an opportunity to come on board. And we just want to wave to everybody and just welcome you. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room and get ready to get empowered with knowledge. Knowledge is power. And we want to increase our knowledge. We want to improve upon. If you think you know it all, guess what? There's more to come. And that's an exciting thing. That's an exciting thing because we're moving forward with purpose, with intentionality, as well as with knowledge and comprehension. It's important to have knowledge. It's important to have understanding. It's important to add knowledge so that you can be multiplied and so that you can increase. We just want to welcome our guest today, Elder. We want to welcome our guest today, Shawner Clark, and she has been Shawner English. Wow, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. I've known her forever, it seems like. So I've known her forever. We have a long history and track record together. My God, it's all good. It's all good. So as everybody is coming on, we're going to introduce you to our very special guest today. Between Dr. Stanley and Shawner English, they have probably near 30 years of experience in the field and industry that we're going to introduce to you today and talk about today. They have near 30 years of combined experience in this field of income, of finance, of benefits and consulting. And so we want to invite you to come on in the room. Come on in the room. And as you do, just wave your hand and let us know that you are here. Just wave your hand and let us know that you are here, that you are with us in the room today, and share this time of sharing and impartation with everybody that you know and that you love and care about. And also feel free to comment in our chat. Be sure to chat and comment, and we're going to have a Q&A so you can ask your questions and whatnot, and we'll get to those questions because we're here to serve you. We're here to help you. We're here to increase you, and that's what we want to do on today. All right. We see we have a few people already on board here. That's an awesome thing. And we just want to give it a minute more so that more of you can come on with us. And be sure to click like as you come on. Be sure to click like. Let us know you're here. Amen. And then also comment. You can tell I'm a church person because I'm saying amen and all that good stuff. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Well, Dr. Stanley, I think it's time to start. It's time to get on the road with it and to introduce our guest today. I'm just going to start with our special guest, ladies first. Our special guest today is Shawner CL English. Habla Inglés. It's Shawner English. And I have known Shawner for probably well over 25 years now. And I've watched her as a professional, an entrepreneur, as a certified business consultant, and she is from and hails from Eastern North Carolina. And she has a bachelor's in business administration, as well as her master's from University of West Florida and in education. So she's actually even been an educator and a university, a college professor as well. Now, this woman has so many accolades and so much history in the area of banking, finance, and insurance. She's been in this field since 1999. So she has a wealth of insight, of experience, expertise, and information to pass on to you. She's the founder and CEO of New Day Insurance and Financial Services. And she is happily married, I should say. Her Boaz is a tremendous man, Merlin English. And we just want to compliment him and acknowledge him on today. She's happily married. And we just are so grateful for her being here and for the support of her husband also being on board with us today. Also, Shawner is a member, a longtime and faithful member of Koinonia Christian Center, pastored by Bishop Rosie O'Neill. Powerhouse, a woman of great influence in the nation, in her region, and in the world. And Shawner is a dedicated leader in the ministry of Koinonia Christian Fellowship, a Christian Center church with Bishop Rosie O'Neill, and has served there for many, many years. She's also a certified life coach and coaches in finance, marriage, and the family, as well as separation and divorce recovery. And last but not least, she is the author of The Pathway to Holiness, Life After Divorce, The Pathway to Wholeness, I should say, The Pathway to Wholeness. And she is the co-founder of Wholeness Coach and New Day Christian Education Incorporated. So I want you to welcome with me Shawner English. Shawner, welcome.
Well, listen, it's my pleasure and joy to be here with both of you, Dr. Stanley and Dr. Beth. Really excited. We've been very, very excited to be a part of this forum with you. And as you stated earlier, we've known each other forever. And I tell you, my respect and love has always been there for you all. And we've basically been family. And so that's been wonderful. When you can even, in addition to us obviously being family, that we can also work together to benefit our communities at large. And so for those of you who are here tonight, hey, get paper and pen, get ready to take some notes. We're going to go over a lot of information. We're going to be very, very candid with you. Things that generally you may feel a little uncertain if someone talks to you about maybe that you don't know. But, here we're talking with you now and sharing information with you. And obviously we're not asking anything of you. So you can put that guard down and really just take notes, sit back, really listen, and glean from the information that we're going to share tonight. So again, just so excited. For those of you who were on earlier and probably heard another last name, they've known me for over 25 years. And so I call that my last life. They knew that particular name. So they've known me for so long, but such a blessing, you all. So great to be here. Thanks so much for allowing me to be a part of it, both of you, Dr. Stanley and Dr. Beth.
You're welcome. It's a joy. And again, we just want to welcome everybody aboard and encourage you to share this time of impartation, because you're going to be empowered today. Dr. Stanley has over 10 years in the industry. So he has a wealth of knowledge, experience, and he is a people person, user-friendly. And so he's going to be sharing along with Shawner on all this insight and rich information that is going to enrich you, benefit you, help you to increase and multiply. And that's why we're here. We're here for you. And as Shawner said so well, that we're not asking you for anything. This is for you, to help you to add and multiply you in your life. So we just want to open up, and we're just so grateful for the opportunity to share with you on today. And thank you for being here. I just want to open up, and I just want to begin and ask, Shawner, if you will, if you can share with us out of your professional experience and knowledge, as well as training in this field, what is life insurance? Let's talk about life insurance. Let's talk about life insurance, the benefits of life insurance, and what it is in a nutshell.
Okay. So when we talk about life insurance, and obviously we all are accustomed to all sorts of insurances. We have insurance on our house. If you own a house, you have homeowners insurance. If you renting a place, hopefully you have renters insurance. We're used to having automobile insurance. We're used to having insurances in all sorts of fields. And matter of fact, a lot of these other insurances, they make us buy. It's actually required that we have,
Yes.
Life insurance, on the other hand, is really optional as far as state or federal mandates. However, that's the one that we all are going to use at some point in time. And that's the one, obviously, that we need, because we don't know the day nor the hour. So life insurance, just in layman's terms, is simply protection against the risk of our demise or our death. And maybe even sometimes even in the midst of a disability or an illness, because there are some other riders and some other things that may be a part of that life insurance policy. But really, in simple terms, it is protection against that time, whether you die, what we would say, too soon or too late, whatever that means, right? So whether you're young or whether you're much older, this will be now, this is monies that we will get, or our beneficiaries will get, to be able to carry on with their life. Okay.
Yes.
And so I'm going to keep that in simple terms, and we're going to get into the deep of all of that and why it is so important.
Yes. Apostle Stan, what is your thoughts on the importance of life insurance?
Well, when I think about life insurance, I think about it from the perspective of, number one, you cannot project the day when you're going to need it.
Yes.
And if you get to the point where you need it and you don't have it, then it's too late. The most powerful thing about life insurance is when it is in place and your affairs are in order. If something were to happen, your family is going to be very happy, not because of your demise, but because of your preparation. Now, on the other hand, if your affairs are not in order, then we look at GoFundMes and GoFundMe pages and barbecues and chicken fries and fish fries and calling all the family members together to see how much you can give, and et cetera, and et cetera. And of course, that creates stress on the family. So insurance really protects the family. It is a mechanism used for protection, as well as it enhances the family after you're gone. It has more than one purpose, and it's very useful tool, and you can't ignore it because life and mortality is real.
And I want to add to that, because I'm sure, Shawner, you've heard, and Dr. Stanley, my husband, you've heard people say, well, I don't need that. You may be from a certain persuasion, a certain belief system. You'll say, well, I don't need insurance, or why do I need insurance? I don't feel a need to prepare for that. We just want to clarify for you the reason why you really need it is because just like you need finances to exchange for goods in the world, just like you need finances, money is essential to life. Insurance is an essential thing to life. It's a part of our responsibility. It's a part of the things that are required and necessary to have things in place when that time comes. When you get ready to pay your bills, if you don't have money, the electric company is not gonna accept your promise to pay. You're gonna have to eventually show up with the funds that are required. So insurance is the same when it's time to pay for those life events and whatnot, you need to have your tools and your vehicles in place and not try to run and just get it done at the last time. But it's always wiser to prepare strategically ahead of time so that you, your family, and everyone involved are comfortable and you're not pressed and you're not struggling, you're not stressed between a rock and a hard place and relying on the possible gifts and benefits of other people that may or may not be there, may or may not come in. It's to avoid havoc, chaos, stress, and just all that type of pressure. It's better to be in charge. It's better to be in the driver's seat. It's better to be equipped. It's better to be prepared than to be ill prepared or not have anything at all. So, Elder Shawner, how does that resonate with you?
Oh, without a doubt. I tell you, listen, Dr. Stan and I have run into so much over the years that as we've talked with people and we've seen it where I can't tell you the different just comments that I've heard when it comes to life insurance. I've heard some comments such as, well, hey, I'm not going to worry about paying any money and spending any money on life insurance. Hey, when I die, just put me on the curb on big trash day. Pick me up there or bury me in the backyard. Or another one that might say is, I'm not going to leave them anything to fight over. Or they're gonna have to start from the beginning just like me. Another one that I've heard folks say is, well, hey, I ain't gonna be here. They'll figure it out. I'm not gonna be there. And so those are all comments, although sometimes when they say it, at times it may give you a chuckle. However, when the reality hits,
Yes.
and that family member passes and there is no life insurance, I guarantee you at that time, no one is laughing. Okay.
Yeah,
no one is laughing at all. And so, we got to make sure that we understand that, life insurance is really is a gift of love is what it is.
Yes.
We get life insurance because we love our family. That's why we want to make sure that we don't leave our family in a lurch. It's one thing that you're already upset that your loved one is passed on. Now, on top of that, to also be upset because you're trying to figure out how in the world you're going to bury him, then that just adds to that.
That's right.
So now look, so now you're upset and disheartened and you're mad at the same time because they left you in that kind of predicament.
Yes. So you want peace of mind. You want peace of mind. You want to make sure and ensure that the people you love are not struggling and not stressing, and that you're not stressing, should a life event occur for you, yourself, or your family, but that your things are in order. And that's the best way to go, Apostle.
Yes. And we need to be aware that because mortality is real, it's going to happen. So preparation then becomes one of the major keys. We prepare for a lot of things.
That's good. That's right.
We take care of our cars. We make sure that the oil is changed, the tires are taken care of. We're putting all this preparation into things that are depreciating assets. Or we take care of our home, we mow the grass, we do all of that. We need to take care of our life. And more than just our life, we need to take care of those that we love.
That's right.
And in taking care of them, insurance deals with more than just mortality. Insurance deals with investment. It deals with blessing people, moving the next generation forward.
Right.
Even there are a lot of aspects to insurance. As for myself, I made sure that I had enough insurance in place, not just to bury me and have a nice funeral, but so that my boys would get an inheritance. Now, if I was talking biblically, I would say a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So there's a mindset that has to be broken so that we can move beyond the next generation, beginning from the beginning. I don't want my sons to begin from the beginning. That's one of the problems in the first place. What I want is I'm a generational thinker. I want my sons to go farther than I've gone, to do better than I've done. And so I feel the responsibility to put vehicles in place that can help them move forward.
And so what is a good time? When is a good time to purchase insurance, Shawner?
The best time to purchase insurance is right now. And
Right
what we
now.
mean by that, right now. So it don't matter, no matter how old you are, how young you are, what your health concerns are, whatever, no matter how much money you have or how little money you have, the best time to buy insurance is right now. You all, what we know is now. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. We don't know those sorts of things. One of the things that I'm still reminded of, I never forget, I was trying to help a man to get insured. His wife was really wanting that to happen because they didn't, he wasn't insured. He worked very hard, very, very good provider for the family. And I can't tell you several times of just, following up with him. And it was always some excuse, either I don't have time right now. I don't understand. I don't see how I can do it right now. Just give me next month. I'll do it, etc. And when that time came, that it was time for us to meet, it was too late. He had already
Wow.
passed on. And guess
Wow.
what? He never did get coverage. So
Wow.
now that family and those two small children that they had to leave where they were living because they couldn't afford to stay there. There was not monies there. They had to beg when it was time to handle his final arrangements. Thankfully, at that time for them, he did have some siblings that did help the wife to bury him. Now, I will tell you for me, and you'll see it more and more, that cremation is becoming more and more popular. And I don't see a problem with that at all. And particularly in situations where a person is not prepared. If they didn't care about what would happen afterwards, and this could sound kind of harsh, but I just believe as a family, then you got to be wise as to what you do because you still have to live. So
Wow.
if you have enough that you only can do what is necessary for cremation, you really don't have the money to do a full burial. Don't feel bad about that. You have to do what you got to do because again, you have to live beyond that. And so that's the thing I learned, that when it comes to life insurance, and again, people can have all kinds of excuses like this gentleman had. And you know what? There's always something going on. There's never a time that everything is just right. Everything is all aligned. There's always something going on. But I have found that people really do not have a money problem. What they have is a priority problem.
That's right.
Not a money problem. And the reason how I can say that with confident assurance is because just some of the ones who say they can't afford, they'll be the ones that have the $1,000 phones to their ear or anything else that they want to do, going on trips, going to various games and plays and things like that. So it's not to have a money problem, it's about priority. And so that is so important that we just get our priorities in line. And again, when it comes to getting life insurance, get it now. The younger you are, the better. You're not going to be any younger than you are right now. I don't care if you're 75 years old. You're not getting any younger than you are right now. Get some life insurance in place. You might say, well, Shawna, sometimes when you're in good health, you feel like you don't need it. Well, guess what? Even in good health, you're just an accident away of something else happening. Things happen. Life happens. Our pastor's big on saying that life has a way of flipping on you. Everything can be going well, and all of a sudden something happens. So like you heard Dr. Stanley say earlier, it's just so important to make sure that you simply prepare for the what ifs. That's what insurance is. You're preparing for the what ifs. We got flood insurance on our house. Now, do we want a flood to come and destroy the home? Of course not. But if it does, we got flood insurance for that. I think, very thankful. I've never been involved in a car accident. Myself been involved in one. But yet I still have car insurance. I've had it for years. So we don't look at that as being a waste. We know that's there, in case we need it. Well, again, life insurance, someday our family is going to need to call that insurance company to get those funds. So we need to make sure that we prepare for that.
That's right. That's so true. That is so true. And essentially, what you're saying and sharing with us is that if you don't make those critical and important decisions, or those hard decisions for your future and for your life, as well as with your family in mind, life will make those hard decisions and choices for you without your permission.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Yes, yes. So that is extremely important. And I think we all want to have a mindset that we are forward thinkers, and we're people who think with responsibility, and we're strategic thinkers, and we are people who plan, because transitions and death is a part of the life process and the life cycle itself. And so to even think or say, well, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait. How many times have we seen that unfortunately people wait, and then something happens, misfortune or something that they did not plan on, something that they did not foresee or see coming happen, and then their family is not protected. Their family is not covered. And so that is very important. Dr. Stanley?
Well, one of the most interesting things to me is we tend to play with risk.
Oh,
we play with risk.
Yes.
Because the tomorrow, for all of us as humans, there's uncertainty. Now, a wise man will prepare. That's what he does. A wise man prepares because it's uncertain, and that's some interesting things about life and insurance as well. And that is this: one of the most interesting things of all is we are really only one diagnosis away from either being unable to get covered or being unable to get the coverage that we want. Just one day, you're going along well, the doctor says, I want you to come in, and they give you a diagnosis, they document that diagnosis. And the insurance companies now have you purchase a pharmaceutical product, and all of a sudden now that's in the MIB, and you go to get insurance. Yesterday you could have got $100,000. Today you wind up with $5,000 worth of insurance, and that's all you can get, or $10,000 up to $25,000, because you did not plan for uncertainty. My advice to everyone that's listening: do not play with things that are uncertain. The only thing you can do with uncertainty is prepare for uncertainty. And that's not a negative thing. It is a good thing, because when you're prepared, what that does is it gives you peace.
Yes.
And peace is one of the most valuable things that any man or any woman can have.
Just a quick note. You heard Dr. Stanley mention MIB. I want to just clarify what that is. MIB is the Medical Information Bureau. And anytime you see your doctor, physician, or have medications prescribed, it contains your health history. It contains your health history. And with COVID going on, coronavirus happening all around the world and across the nation, you don't want to wait. That's one thing we're seeing is many people are ensuring that they are covering themselves, covering their loved ones. I mean, running to be covered and to receive coverage at this point in time, because so many people are being exposed to something that is uncertain at any given time. And whether you are of a certain faith and a certain persuasion or not, it's like you're walking into the unknown, and you're hoping for the best, you're believing for the best, you're praying for the best, but even the best are being affected by this ugly virus. And so I would say, as Dr. Stanley and Shawner have said so clearly, is don't leave your life and your family up to risk, and put your life and your family at risk by not being prepared at this time and in this hour, when so many lives, great people, all types of people, high and low, of all kinds of fields, backgrounds, and persuasions, are being affected to this depth and to this degree. I mean, great people with renown have passed away due to this virus. And so that's one reason for which you want to ensure that you take care of business. Be a man, be a woman who takes care of business for yourself and for your family. I want to just pivot a little bit and turn a corner, and let's talk about how life insurance is used. How is life insurance used, Shawner, if you can elaborate for us?
Well, the good thing about life insurance and what makes it so flexible, and another thing that makes it, so useful, obviously, is like as we have already stated earlier, that is something that at the base level, the foundation level, is for it to take care of our final expenses. At some point, the one thing, there is a lot of uncertainty in life. However, the one thing we all know is at some point, we're leaving here. And
That's
so
right.
that's the one thing that's certain, which is what makes it even the more so important for us to make sure we purchase life insurance now. Because that part is certain. Now, what's uncertain is we don't know when and we don't know how.
Yeah.
That's it.
So we don't know when, we don't know how. And so when it comes to that, obviously, if long as we prepare, we don't have to worry about that part as well. Just prepare and make sure that we have things in place. When it comes to the things we use, so again, the foundation level is we want to make sure that we have finances available when it comes to our final expenses. So that's including the funeral, burial, medical expenses. Some people even have, or maybe they have family members out of town that maybe a sibling or even a child that maybe needs help coming in to come to the services. All of those are included in final expenses. So sometimes people don't realize, they think final expense is just the funeral and maybe the burial, but there's other things that come in there as well for those final expenses. There may be last minute, even household bills and things that need to be paid. And so there are things that's going on there. We want to make sure, again, that's the foundation. But for those of us who love our family, if at any all possible, and we can work it in our budget or change our budget in a way that we can allot more monies to go toward our life insurance plans, is that we may want to look at having enough that our significant other or our family, that they can have money to help either pay off the mortgage, or maybe even if they can't pay it off, maybe they can still make extended mortgage payments or rent payments. Okay, maybe they can reduce some debts. So again, they help them. Main thing is we want to make sure they can still live. They don't have to pick up and move somewhere else. They can still, you've worked hard. Yeah, you've gotten your family living a certain lifestyle that you're very, very pleased with, only to pass away, not to have prepared, and now your family got to pick up and move somewhere maybe you would never want them to live, right?
That's huge.
So again, you want to make sure that you're preparing not just now while you're here, but even later when you're going on. And so, Dr. Stanley, there's some other uses of life insurance. Go ahead and share what's some of those other uses that we help people with life insurance.
Well, some of the uses of life insurance that are most interesting to me and that I've utilized myself are term products with return of premium.
Yes.
That's a very powerful vehicle because it's an investment strategy. Because if you were to live to the full extent of that policy, whether it be 20 years or 30 years, that income would come back to you, at least the premium, tax-free. And so that is a tremendous benefit, as well as, learning how to, this is a pet peeve of mine, train your children, get them insured young, because insurance deals with age. The older you get, the more expensive it's going to be. And so I made sure that my boys were insured young so that I could get the maximum amount of coverage that would last over the longest span, so that and I made sure that they were the owners. I don't want to be the owner. So that when they leave and go to get married and everything, their family is protected. So they'll leave my umbrella and umbrella. So that's a generational level of thinking that has to go into preparation. And I agree with you, Shawner, 100%. The only thing you can do with uncertainty is have preparation. That's the magic bullet, preparation. And so I talk to people about you teaching young people about investment strategies
Yes.
and understanding how insurance works and what it can do for your family. Not only, it's not just death, there's all types of vehicles that can improve your life in many ways.
That's true.
As a matter of fact, when you're sharing that, just for those on the call, want to make sure you hear us kind of using the word investment more loosely. We are talking about life insurance, and we know technically life insurance, we can't say investment, but it is a cash, something that we can build cash value with it.
Yes.
And with that cash value that's building, we can use that cash value for various things, such as taking care of final expenses, such as paying off that mortgage, such as making sure that the family can still pay the utilities, making sure even that the person who passed away, making sure that their income can be replaced.
That's right.
So that, again, these are something that as you are preparing now, these are more forward thinking opportunities that you have with your life insurance program. So it can help pay for college education for your children or even your grandchildren, if that's what you want to do. It can help. You can use those cash values to supplement your retirement income.
Sound.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Now we're good.
We can hear you now.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not sure what's the last thing you heard, but you can replace your income. You can pay for college education. You can help supplement retirement income, again, using the cash values that's in your life insurance, depending on which plan we're talking about. Some plans even allows you all to access a living benefit that while you're still living, God forbid, if you're diagnosed with some terminal illness or meaning that you're going to have 12 months or less to live, or some chronic illness, or some critical illness like heart attack or stroke or blindness or paralysis, etc., that even you can get up to a certain amount of your death benefits while you live. And you can use those monies, it's income tax free. For the most part, we're not tax professionals, you all, so we're going to use those things loosely, but so that you can use those monies to, if you want to go ahead while you yet live in those circumstances and start helping your family out by paying off certain things. Or maybe you want to take a trip to Tahiti, that's your choice. You can use those things for that. And also the wonderful thing is, like you heard Dr. Stan share earlier, you can leave a legacy. You can leave a legacy to your family. You can leave a legacy to your church or synagogue of your choice. You can leave a legacy to those things that you care about. Okay. You all probably have heard folks sometimes are rich and famous and they'll leave all this money to the dogs or something like that. And then you got, hey, that's something you can do. But again, and the wonderful thing also about life insurance, you all, even those who have extreme wealth will purchase life insurance only because there are so many different strategies you can use with life insurance proceeds. So don't think that, I got enough money, I can pay for everything. You can pay for everything. That's great. However, life insurance will still give your family more money to do other things. For example, for those who are very wealthy, well, when you pass along, there are probably going to be some estate taxes that your family's going to have to deal with. Now, if you have life insurance, that can kind of help defray some of those taxes and help you pay for those things. No matter who you are, from age 0 to age 80, even up to age 80, between 81 and 85, if you're pretty healthy, you may be able to get life insurance to really, really prepare your family and set them up nicely when that time comes that you're no longer with us.
That's excellent and so true. You mentioned the ages and the age group just there a moment ago. And Dr. Stanley, I'd like for you to pick up on that note if you can. And let's talk about as people get older and go into their senior years, what are you seeing and what would you say to people as they get older in reference to their preparation with coverage?
First of all, I just want to agree with Shawner on something. We are using the word investment loosely, but yet at the same time, When you have an insurance policy or something that takes care of your final expenses, you can have something that can really bless your family. In a sense, it is an investment, but not in the sense of money market type strategies. But you're investing in the life of your people and your children. And so you need to look at it that way, because we have to become generational thinkers. Now, as you age, the tendency is that health may decline, because I talk to 80-year-olds that don't have any sicknesses at all, but we have to prepare for that. We have to look at getting insurance at a time when we're healthy. To me, that's one of the most important things. I made sure that while I'm healthy, I got all the insurances in place. Number one, it's going to be cheaper because of my young age. I did it. Number two, I don't have to worry about it because I stretched it over a span long enough for me to have to think about what I'm going to do next. Thirdly, you don't want to let your health just decline, and then because it's declining, run out to try to buy insurance, because then it's going to be difficult. So you get it now. I agree with Shawner. Today, the best day to purchase coverage is right now.
And Shawner, I'm sure you can attest to this. Oftentimes, seniors will need to get coverage, and they desire very strongly and earnestly, sincerely desire to get coverage. However, their children may not understand the level of importance of having coverage, and even just hinder that parent or that senior from getting coverage. How would you like to speak, or can you speak to those people that may be faced with those type of situations? And what would you say to anybody that is a senior, as well as to someone that may be a son or a daughter or a relative of a senior citizen?
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a new trend that we're seeing. Just to go back just a little bit, when I was growing up, I just remember grandma and them, so to speak, having insurance on everybody. I mean, grandma, I never had a situation or seen like, people having to go to churches to get help, or, passing the plate, if you would, the offering plate to get help for someone passing away. Or I didn't actually come into that until much later when I got older, and a very, very close family member of mine passed away with no coverage, which is how I actually got into the business, because I didn't want anyone else to have to go through what I went through with that. But really, the grandmas had insurance on everybody, and it was understood that how important. Matter of fact, I remember grandmas, both of them, my grandmas on both sides, paternal and maternal, just saying there's two things we can count on, and that was death and taxes. So you might as well prepare for both.
Yes.
I just remember that. And so, but they really had insurance on everybody. I mean, look, their children, the grandchildren, they had insurance on everybody. Then, because they understood, I mean, it was so important to them that even if a week, because back then, that's when the insurance folks would come to your house once a week. I don't know if you all remember that. But you pick up that little change for them to come, and then what would happen though is, I mean, even if there was a week they were short, hey, if the lights had to be off for a little bit, they were going to pay that life insurance. If we had to eat grits and bread for a little bit, they were going to pay that life insurance. It was just that important. So nowadays though, there was a disconnect there that it seemed like not all of that information was shared downstream. Right. So now what we're dealing with now is, let's say the children of those grandmamas back then, which are now the grandmamas today, that they know what the right thing is. They know that they need insurance, but now they have their children who is trying to help them take care of things. But really they're getting in the way, and not until the current grandmamas pass away and the children didn't allow them to get the proper coverage. Now that responsibility of those final arrangements is falling onto those children, and now there is no insurance in place. and now they're upset with mama or grandmama.
Right.
When all the while they were the ones that hindered the
Hindering.
process.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
I want to share with those of you who are, let's say, younger. They said we're in the sandwich generation. I'm a part of that sandwich generation right now, where
Yes.
maybe I'm old enough to have my own children, but yet old enough to also having to take care of older parents. And sometimes in that time of trying to, I guess, help them budget their funds, anything else they want to buy, I'm seeing that sometimes those children are keeping them from buying what they need, which is life
Mhm.
insurance. And the thing
Yes.
is, them
Mhm.
buying the life insurance is only going to help you in the time of need.
Yes.
So that when
Yes.
they do
Yes.
pass away, now you, grown child, when your mom and dad pass away, now you, grown child, are able to get the funds that they put in place because they love you, didn't want to leave you in a lurch. Now you can use those funds to take care of final expenses. So, I want to say to those, grandmothers, those seniors out there today, it's okay to have your children or grandchildren helping you with your kind of your day-to-day needs,
Mhm.
but always make sure though that when it comes to knowing all of your numbers, you need to know what your banking information is.
Yes, that's
You
true.
know, you need to know what your budget is. You need to
Mhm.
know those things, and you need to make sure that the proper coverage is in place so that your family is taken care of. Because now, even though they may be helping you, you're still the one in control. It is
Yes.
still your belongings. So make sure, I'm talking to those grandmamas out there, those seniors,
Mhm.
grandma and granddads,
Yes.
aunts and uncles. I'm talking all of you.
Yes. Yes.
Make
Yes.
sure,
Yes.
even if you're letting somebody help you, again, don't have a problem with that. That's what family
Mhm.
is. That's no problem. But
Mhm.
just make sure that you kind of, making sure that you're giving them proper information. How no, you do need life insurance,
Mhm.
and you
Yeah.
need enough of it. That is for sure.
Yes.
Yes.
To
Yes.
make sure
Yes.
you're covered. As a matter of fact, someone even now that's, let's say in their 65 and older right now. Well, you should very easily be looking at anywhere from, when it comes to just your insurances, let's say your whole life plans. No, we haven't really gotten into that yet, and that may come on the next session, just for
Mhm.
the sake of time. But if you're looking at insurance and be in place that it's going to be there regardless of
Mhm.
when you pass away,
Mhm.
then you
Yes.
want to make
Yes.
sure you should be looking at probably
Yes.
maxing out. You don't want to have any less than about 15,000. As close as you
Mhm.
can get to 50,000 would be even better. Okay,
Yes.
that's because
Yes.
costs are going up. Whatever you
Yes.
paid for an insurance, paid for a funeral today, they won't be there 20, 30 years down the road.
That's
So we
right.
have longer life expectancies. We got to make sure that we're updating those coverages.
Yes. That's true.
May I speak to something?
Yes. Yes.
I want to speak to that
Mhm.
as well. And I know Shawner has had the same experience where the older people have absolutely no control over their finances.
Yes.
They don't know their account number. Some of them don't even know their social security number. They'll say,
Yes.
call my daughter or call my
Mhm.
son. But one of the problems that
Yes.
I've encountered in my own experience with insurance is that the younger people tend to not allow them to purchase what they want. I can't count the number of times I've been on the phone with a senior and the senior tells me how much coverage they want, but I have to talk to my daughter. And then all of a sudden, the conversation ends right there. And so I have to think
Mhm.
that somewhere that the younger people do not want them to spend that money on insurance. But in agreement with you, that's only going to help them in the event that that person passes. It's going to help them with use those monies for final expenses as well as any other thing that might come up, and it might even be an inheritance for them. But for some reason, they're not thinking in those terms. And I do not know why, because this is a very, very intelligent, technologically intelligent generation. And so
Mhm.
I'm sort of dismayed at the thought process that I see, and I'm just hoping that it changes.
Yes, yes. And just speaking to that right quickly is we became familiar with this type of situation as Christians in
Mhm.
church people
Mhm.
because when you see times when people are in bereavement and a loved one or senior mama, daddy, grandmother, grandfather passed, and they didn't have those vehicles and that life insurance coverage in place, then the sad part is they have to go and, like Shawner was saying, ask other people to come into play and assist and help. That's a sad situation. It's very sad to see seniors, after they've given all of their life and time and energy raising children, and even helping in this day and time to raise their grandchildren and to raise their families. And then in their senior years, where they should be covered, where they should be protected, where they should have security, the family, the children that they've served and that they poured into all those years prevent or hinder them from obtaining what they need. And then when mama or grandmama, granddaddy or daddy pass away, then the children are oftentimes upset and ill prepared to take care of them. Well, this is why we are here. We are here to say, don't let that be you. Don't let that be your family. I want to say this very clearly, and I'm sure that Shawner and Dr. Stanley can attest to this. Even though with inflation, things do increase in cost, there are things that are affordable. And anyone that is a professionally certified broker, agent, they can help you. They can help you. And it's important to reach out to them and to ask questions and to listen to the advice of a certified professional to help you be prepared, to help your family to be prepared. Because one of the worst things I've seen is for a family, perhaps a wife and children, where the head of household and the breadwinner, as we call the breadwinner, passes away, whether it's in senior years or young and unexpectedly passes away, and they didn't have insurance coverage in place. And that mother with those young children or that family has to move out of the home that they lived in together, that they built history in together, and have to be displaced and find something else, oftentimes not something that is convenient to or conducive to their needs as a family, all because they didn't have the proper instruments, tools, and vehicles as far as coverage, life insurance coverage in place in a timely manner. Again, I want to reemphasize, don't let that be you. Take care of yourself. Stay in health. Stay fit physically. Go see your doctor on a regular basis. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because you care not only for yourself, but for those that are around you, your family, your loved ones, the people that rely on you, the people that depend on you, the people that care about you. And Dr. Stanley, if you would like to just elaborate on that note.
Well, I am now myself, I'm going to be a little transparent, 66 years young, and I am always into physical fitness. Yes. I'm thinking about what I eat. Yes. And I agree with this concept. Drink more water than you do anything else. Yes. And be conscious of your health and your body. Yes. Take care of yourself, build up your immunity, take whatever vitamins are necessary, do things that will increase longevity. That's what I believe. And along with that, again, be prepared. Be prepared. And I just want to give Shawner the last word. I know we're all out of time, and so we just want to speak to you just a little bit further with Shawner as we prepare to close on today.
Listen, you all, thank you so much for the time that you have taken tonight. And this is not going to be it. We're going to be doing this again. There's even more information that we had to share tonight, even that we're going to be sharing the next time. But we wanted this to be a real good introduction to this. We're seeing so many GoFundMe pages And I mean, even the rich and famous, even you're seeing GoFundMe pages and things like that. Even just recently, I won't even call their name, but you all probably have seen it anyway as well. And it's just because insurance, you all, is a need, is a necessity for us all, to be quite candid with you. Because again, even for those who have a lot, who are very wealthy, there's still various strategies that can be used. But we want to encourage you, even for the everyday person. We want to encourage you. Make sure that you protect your family. Don't go another day. Matter of fact, yes, 8 o'clock tonight, but you know what? Tomorrow, I want you to pick up that phone. I want you to call Dr. Stanley. You're in Georgia. He'll let you know all the areas where he's licensed. But pick up that phone and call, or make sure, if you saw this on Facebook, you make sure to direct message to that link that you saw this on Facebook, so we can get you to the right people. And so that Dr. Stanley can help you. Of course, I can help you. But Dr. Stanley, wherever he is licensed, let him help you. He has again a wealth of knowledge and information, and can just help you move forward. And just once you protect your family, you will get such a peace that you can kind of rest in that you have taken responsibility, that that whenever that time comes, that is time for you to move on, pass on from the earth, if you would, from what we know as of right now, that your family can be taken care of.
That's right.
That of mine just gives you such peace of mind. So make sure to do that. So again, thank you so much to Dr. Stanley, Dr. Beth, for allowing me to be a part of this platform. I look forward to us continuing to do this. You all just keep an eye out on your Facebook. We'll let you know. But we're going to continue this because we're seeing so much. This is so necessary. The next time you guys got a gist of what this is about, get your family, get your friends involved, get your coworkers involved, and so that they can listen to this stuff, and so that we can stop generations of people passing away, and everybody starting off from the bottom. That we have to stop that.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
That's right. That's right. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. And so you can reach Dr. Stanley at 678-288-4845. Again, that's 678-288-4845. His email is Stan Williams with an S, Stan Williams Insurance @gmail.com. Reach out to him, call him, and he will help you, talk to you. He has a heart for people, and he will answer your questions, and he will assist you in locating what will work for you. Again, what you need is available, and it is affordable. In fact, you may be surprised. It may be more affordable than you even thought possible or imagined. Do yourself a favor. Do it for yourself, and do it for those that you love, know, and care about. And I also want to give, and I need to say this before we go any further, but Dr. Stanley is a certified licensed broker and professional in the state of Georgia, also in Arizona and Florida. So if you are in those areas, again, in the state of Georgia, Arizona, and Florida, if you are in those areas or you have loved ones in any of these areas, reach out to Dr. Stanley. And even, I will say this, even if you are in any of the other states of the United States, still reach out to him, because we have a huge team, a large team of brokers and representatives that can help you in your area, in your state, and in your region. We want you covered. We want you protected, and we care about you. And Shawner's information is, you can reach her. She's in North Carolina. If you have any questions for Shawner or would like to contact her, you can contact her at 252-902-7623. Again, that's 252-902-7623. And her email is simply Shawner, SHAWNER, English, ENGLISH, @gmail.com. That's Shawner English @gmail.com. It has been a fabulous time sharing with you, such a blessing. And we want to just believe that what we've shared today has increased you, have put you in the driver's seat, put you in a position where you have something to think about, something to chew on, and something to be able to acquire and put in place for your own benefit and for your good and the good of your family members. Again, remember, if you have any questions, be sure to reach out. And we're looking forward to hearing from you today. Reach out. Don't delay. We're waiting to hear from you. Take care and Godspeed.